Check, check. 1, 2. Still good? Good here. 10, 9, 8. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sounds good? Everybody still good? Okay.
My name is Brian Fisher. I'm the managing director of the Media Relations Division for the Prince George's County Police Department. Speaking today will be Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz, that's M-A-L-I-K-A-Z-I-Z, Jessica Garth, Chief of the Special Victims and Family Violence Unit at the State's Attorney's Office, and Lieutenant Michael Snyder, Commander of the Child and Vulnerable Adult Unit. So right now I would like to introduce Chief Malik Aziz.
Good afternoon. Is the mic working? Y'all hear? Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking the dedicated detectives of the Prince George's County Police Department's Child and Vulnerable Adult Abuse and Internet Crimes Against Children Unit. The Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office, Aisha Braveboy and her team, and the Maryland State Police for their partnership for this ongoing investigation, especially thanks to Lieutenant Snyder and Detective Spicer for their hard work and due diligence in this investigation. Early this morning, the Prince George's County Police Department's investigators arrested a College Park man for possession and distribution of child pornography. The suspect is 47-year-old Patrick Wojahn. On February 17th, 2023, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children notified the Prince George's County Police that a social media account operating in the county possessed and distributed suspected child pornography. The image and videos had been uploaded to the social media account in January of 2023. Through various investigative techniques, PGPD investigators discovered the social media account belonged to Mr. Patrick Wojahn. On February 28th, 2023, Prince George's County Police detectives served a search warrant at Wojahn's College Park home. Investigators recovered multiple cell phones, a storage device, a tablet, and a computer. Following additional investigation, PGPD obtained criminal charges against Wojahn, and investigators took him into custody early this morning. Wojahn is charged with 40 counts of possession of child exploitative material and 16 counts of distribution of the same child exploitative material. He is in custody of the Prince George's County Department of Corrections. This remains an open and active investigation. At this point, I'd like to call up Jennifer Garth, the Chief of the Special Victims and Family Violence Unit of the State's Attorney's Office.
Good afternoon, I'm Jessica Garth. Yes, Jessica, last name Garth, Garth. And good afternoon, I am the Chief of the Special Victims and Family Violence Unit at the State's Attorney's Office for Prince George's County. I'm here on behalf of Aisha Braveboy. I do want to start by thanking the hard-working detectives of the Prince George's County Police Department, as well as our partners at the Maryland State Police, particularly the Child and Vulnerable Adult Abuse Unit. Today, they did make an arrest of Mr. Wojahn. He is currently in custody, as the chief said, at the Prince George's County Department of Corrections. He will see a commissioner. The commissioner will make a determination at that time whether he will receive a bond or whether he will be held or whether he will be released on pretrial release. If he is not released, he will see a judge. That hearing will most likely happen tomorrow. This investigation has been in partnership with our office, and I know that Chief Aziz and State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy were in constant communication throughout. That communication and cooperation will continue. We will screen the case with the lead detective. We will review all of the evidence, and our office will make a charging decision based upon the evidence, based upon recommendations by the police department, and based upon our own review. At that point, we will have additional information as to what charges will be coming, and I want to thank you for being here today.
Can you tell us your title?
Yes, I am the Chief of the Special Victims and Family Violence Unit in Prince George's County, the State's Attorney's Office. Yes. Thank you.
We'll take a few questions at this time if you have any. I'll ask the Bureau of Investigations, Lieutenant Snyder and Detective Spicer, they can step up here and join me, but go ahead.
Yes, Chief, you mentioned that this is an ongoing investigation. Is there any indication of additional charges, such as solicitation or anything? Any indication of where the photos came from? Was anything self-generated? Anything more regarding that?
Well, let me say this is still an open and active investigation. Our detectives, our unit, we're looking at everything associated with this. This moved rather quickly with the due diligence of the great investigative work that our team at Prince George's County Police Department, well, what they do every day. So I cannot say there won't be additional charges. We believe there will be additional charges in the future for what we're looking at, that we haven't completed the entire investigation. I'll allow my lieutenant here, he can speak further on if you have anything further to add.
Good morning, good afternoon, I'm sorry, I'm Lieutenant Snyder, and I'm the commander of the Child and Vulnerable Adult Abuse Unit and Internet Crimes Against Children. We do anticipate further charges. We are still working diligently with our partners at Maryland State Police to evaluate all the evidence.
Was there an indication that he met anyone or was communicating with anyone in particular regarding this?
The answer to that right now is no. But again, when you're in an active investigation and it is fluid, we can't close the door on anything like that in the future. But right now, that answer is no.
Hey, Chief, could you or your colleagues discuss, please, Hi, Chief, Southern Louisiana. Could you or your colleagues discuss the interface with this National Center for Missing and Exploited Children? Help us understand how they were able to discover these images and help you all make a case.
Yes, sir. The way the interface works, that social media accounts, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, you name the various, the list could be long, and they are mandated to report whenever they find child exploitive material on a device, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in Alexandria, Virginia, is the clearinghouse for that. They use methods there and determine that they go to then the main overall ICAC. In the state of Maryland, the main overall ICAC is held by the Maryland State Police. Additional work is done there, and then they farm them out to the various ICACs throughout the state of Maryland. Every county within the state of Maryland has an ICAC, and then it even breaks down further that some local jurisdictions have an ICAC.
I noted from reading the charging documents that he gave you all a statement and said that he was aware he had possession and even put some of it out. Is that accurate? And how would you characterize that?
I wouldn't. I don't care to give anything further than would be in the charging documents, other than a statement was provided.
Couple questions. Any indication at all that he produced any material? Secondly, a lot of times these investigations take a while. You move pretty quickly in this one. Why? Move quickly from search to arrest and so on.
There was no indication that any child exploitative material was produced at this time. However, it is still an active and ongoing investigation. And I would categorize that we moved with the normal pace on this investigation. We had enough probable cause, obviously, to establish a charging document through the District Court Commissioner's Office and the State's Attorney's Office.
But let me add, further, the unit here, the detectives, and under the leadership of Deputy Chief Wojahn and the Bureau of Investigations, this is something that they are trained to do. They are the experts in this field, and they work this kind of material every single day. And when you look at, over the past year, to show you the amount of work that they do, in 2022, there were 18 arrests associated with cases sort of in this realm. And out of the 316 cases that they looked at, and that came from over 1,000 cyber tips. So this is the experts. When they move, and the way that they moved, and with their expertise, with the knowledge of what they're trained to do every day, then you come to a culmination that may appear quick, and we should be thankful for that. This is something that we should applaud, that we have the type of men and women who work these cases every day, and we want to make sure that we bring some swiftness to cases like this.
Chief, any idea whether there might be federal charges?
Well, right now, no, not right now. We are working with our partners in the feds. We are in collaboration and communication with them for anything that may go over into that realm, and we'll let our partners over at the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Homeland Security and Investigations do their due diligence on their part to see if it's any type of thing associated with this case that would be meaningful to them to proceed. Who haven't? Yeah. Well, I would say at this particular time, we don't have any perceived threats against any young person associated in that realm at this point in time. My message is real clear for not just public officials, people who are entrusted with the public office. I would say for anyone that these type of things are not tolerated, that we are not in any type of cooperation or toleration of these high-level charges, that anyone who would seek to delve into these type of areas that that shocks the mind, shocks the value and the consciousness and honor of any person, any person who considers themselves to be trustworthy to hold office or hold a position in society, that it won't be tolerated. And we send a clear message to anyone involved in this type of material that the units like this, they're working every day to make sure that we have a safe county and a safe state.
You mentioned searching is off. I wanted to ask, to the extent of his misconduct extend into his official capacity?
At this time, we have no indication of that. Behind you.
Are you able to, I guess,
Well, let me say, I don't think it, right now, for various reasons, it would be appropriate to lend a discussion to the type of methods what we were using. And I think it's clear enough that it was inside of social media, that they were, going across those type of lines, and that we use various investigative techniques to prove that up. So not at this point will we comment on that.
Can anyone characterize, the people who do this know people get caught all the time. They know that their social media accounts can be seen, yet they do it anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
characterize how that
Well,
happens.
I think that happens across, not just in these type of cases that, again, shock the values and consciousness of people. It happens in crimes of all crimes, all types of crimes. People still rob and commit homicides and assaults and every other crime that you can imagine, knowing that the Department of Corrections has beds for them. They know that they can go to inside the penal system. So I think it's just very clear that when people want to do something by any means of having a normal mental capacity or otherwise compromised or challenged, that they do it. And it doesn't matter because everyone thinks that they can escape the law. Everyone thinks that they will get around it somehow. And that is not the case. We're here to tell you that Prince George's County Police Department, our members, our police officers, our investigators, our detectives, that they're here to bring those type of individuals to justice and pass them off to our state's attorney's office for the proper prosecution and resolution inside of this gentle and fragile criminal justice system.
Chief, you kind of already just touched on this, but just what goes through your head and how does it make you feel to hear that an elected official would be in possession of and distribute child pornography?
Again, I'll reiterate, when you're entrusted with such a high office elected by the people, that it is disturbing. It's disturbing in so many ways that people count on public officials, people who are supposed to be honest and trustworthy and have a high degree of integrity. It is troublesome and it serves as notice that you can't see all that's before you, that sometimes there are other underlying conditions or things that people are going through that we can't see. I think it would be important for me to say here that there are a lot of people out there struggling in this environment with different things in there. Some of them are criminal to a high degree, and we should urge those people to seek help and seek remedy before it escalates or goes into another zone that would be more disturbing than what I've already seen. I think anything dealing with a child, anything dealing with this level with a child, it just not only disturbs me, it disturbs the men and women you see behind you. It disturbs a normal, resident who's working every day. And this is where we live. And Prince George's County, this state, it should be a place that we can live in peace, and we can live without worrying about something is going to happen with one of our children, or somebody's going to be exposed in this state or this region or in this nation. All of us should have a feeling for that. So again, I'll urge all public officials, anyone entrusted by the public to carry out the high oath of office, that they seek a proper resolution of peace within themselves and get on the right track. That's what the police do.
Do you know how long he's allegedly been doing this for?
No, not at this point in time. We have part of the investigation that has been listed inside the charging documents, but again, we're working on this investigation, and we're going to get to the length of it to the extent in which we have all power.
We'll take one more question right here.
Any indication that you may have known any of the victims or any of the victims were local?
No, not at this time. We don't have any indication at this time. We're still fresh. We're still starting here. We're at a starting point to get us to this point right here, and then we're going to get to that point to see if there's anything associated with that. And at that proper time, then we'll make sure that that you are informed, so that the public can be informed.
Thank you very much.
Could you also address the victims themselves? Does anybody know who they are or anything like that? If they're getting
No,
help or
no.
they're being exploited? So
Well-
anyone who knows about this, know
let me, yeah, I think I reiterate and echo your sentiments that, which I just mentioned. We're still at the starting point, and if there's a remedy or resolution associated with this, then we're going to make sure that we do our due diligence to make sure they get the help that they need if we can identify those. If anyone in this listening audience and all your network would have information, then I would urge them to come forward with our tip line or contact our police department and get a message to Lieutenant Snyder and his team so that we can actually add to this investigation or seek the proper resolution through channels that are in a positive means to bring justice to any individual that may be involved.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Lieutenant Snyder is...